I just want to first off start by saying I want to send my condolences out to Takeoff. I want to send my condolences out to Migo. I want to send my condolences out to his whole family. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take notes. If you really pay attention to one thing, man, the only reason why Offset even pulled up with four of them goons from Atlanta, he pulled up to J. Prince Jr. them function, man. He pulled up to their concert, y'all. They whole concert got canceled, man. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take notes on this, man. Y'all gotta open y'all eyes to what's really going on, because if we really look at it, man, Takeoff was one of the ones who realized kept the whole Migos together the whole time until they broke up. I want y'all to really look at one thing. J. Prince Jr., he in hot water right now for one reason, for what happened to Takeoff, man. They said that he put like 50 of them things on top of it. You hear me? Like, I want y'all to look at that, man. And he got the back end from it, man. That's why you ain't heard from him. If everybody keeps sending people up, man, and y'all keep on running out here reckless with these Toolies and Blickies, man, who else gonna be left? It ain't gonna be nobody else to send up or even to set up. And from what I mean by set up, again, this not pointing the fingers at nobody. This not, like, I'm not placing the blame on nobody. I'm not picking sides, none of that. RP Takeoff, man. RP to the people who was lost on the Migos side. You feel me? At the end of the day, we know for a fact that the people sent back looking like, we just want justice. We just want justice for Takeoff at the end of the day. We know for a fact that Takeoff brother, he went off on J. Prince Jr., man. And J. Prince did he instantly came out like, hold on. You gotta be calm, man. You gotta be smooth, man, because we ain't set your brother up. And everybody know for a fact that the Migos, they well connected. They tied to a lot of people, just like J. Prince. Charleston White said that Lil Cam, he not the fall guy. Charleston White said that the fall guy is Migo Bands, because Migo Bands was the one blowing. And that's who they coming out there looking for. And I want y'all to really look at the fact that nobody from Atlanta finna just ride to Houston for no reason. They riding out there for one reason, and one reason to be exact is because the people who was at that bowling alley knew what happened and knew for a fact they could have real life avoided the whole situation, but they didn't. So this goes to show that everybody who wanna sit out there and stick their neck out there and be this and be that, man, you gotta be ready for what come behind this, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact everybody in MobTies, they send back looking like, who next? Like, y'all gotta really look at this, man. And there was a lot of people who sat back and like literally played their part in this. It's crazy how we do this to each other, but again, I can't speak for the next man. All I can do is sit there and let people know that Takeoff, if he would have never been at that bowling alley, he would have never got sent up. This would have never happened. We know for a fact that everybody sit there and say, okay, a lot of people is involved in this, but we know for a fact that it's people who's not involved in this. And the people who's not involved in this is the people who sat there and should have came with him, man, and protected him, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, don't let that go over your head. Like, sit there and pay attention to what's going on, man. He should have had bodyguards with him. It was no way you let some street guys, like real life, have your back. How could you trust somebody and you just saw what happened to Duke the Jeweler? Duke the Jeweler, people sat there and said like, man, here go another one. They said people was running out the side, man. Then you saw dude, he instantly ran out the back door, man. He held the back door open, so J. Prince Jr. and everybody, the whole MobTies, they ran out the back door, man. This goes to show that they realize, man, they can't stand the pressure that they put on them boys, man. That's why I say, y'all gotta be mindful. And again, you have to strategically see how they played this, man. They played their role in this, man. They instantly, run up on stage. He instantly snatched the mic from him. Finesse 2 times, try to run up on Migo Band. Migo Band's instantly like, he ain't going this time. Like at the end of the day, we know for a fact everybody that played a role in this, everything that happened with Takeoff. And again, like I said, Takeoff was a person who kept the group together. And I know Quavo sent back like, man, why would they even try to even run off the stage? You feel me? Talk that stuff that y'all was talking. This is why I always tell y'all, be careful who y'all even surround yourself around, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that you can't win or lose by going to another state and getting sent up. That's why I always tell y'all, man, watch who y'all keeping y'all crowd, because they was hating on Takeoff since the beginning when they instantly saw that he was not with Quavo when Quavo pulled up. Look closely at the video. You see Migo Bands walking backwards. Shorty, and what I mean by shorty is old girl. If you're from the hood, you know what I'm talking about. Shorty said that Buddy with the V-Long hoodie, he was standing right there even after they started blowing. So who was Migo Bands blowing at? If everybody know that Cam ran inside of the movie. I mean, not the movie, but you know what I'm saying. And when Cam ran inside of the bowling alley, hey, I want to let y'all know one thing. Dude was still right there, man, with the Chucky doll who they said instantly grabbed Takeoff, like they instantly, he grabbed Takeoff shirt. Takeoff instantly turned around and dude instantly kept blowing. There's only 3 camera angles, and the camera angle that was facing towards Takeoff, like even a little bit towards Takeoff, to be honest with y'all, man, it only showed a little bit of them, like the people who was on the side of the crowd. I want y'all to look at the fact, if Takeoff and them was back a little bit more, then the camera would have caught the whole thing in front of the bowling alley, because the way that the thing is set up. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, man, because I know a lot of people don't like to uplift certain people, like all because of one thing, because a person will turn on you quick. At the end of the day, the only thing about that is we know for a fact that J Prince Jr., he shocked feds when they arrested Jazz. You feel me? His affiliates. You feel me? At the end of the day, we know for a fact that everybody know that Boosie, he literally turned that shooter in. Like, we gotta pay attention to this, man, and we gotta sit back and really be...
Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what's going on here. As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, this one today is dealing with your boy, Mr. MobTies, Jazz Prince. Yeah, this is the brother of J Prince Jr. and the son of J Prince, you understand? Now, Jazz Prince, he's mostly the laid-back, conservative type of dude compared to his brother, J Prince Jr., you understand? Now, based on this whole situation, the people do know that it was Jazz private party that was thrown out there in H-Town at the bowling alley, where Takeoff was sent up, you understand? Now, I told y'all before, man, this is what they pops didn't want. J Prince, he didn't want the feds come questioning him or his sons pertaining to Takeoff or Duke the Jeweler untimely demise, y'all feel me? But again, because it's getting heated and there's some people talking that's a part of the MobTies, hey man, this is what you gonna get. A lot of people already knew them low-level street guys that J Prince Jr. was paying off to handle the whole Duke situation, and also happened to be one of the guys to send up Takeoff. Come on, man. Again, what's happening is they're gonna bring in the MobTies affiliates along with the Prince brothers and his father to see what's going on out there in H-Town, man. Because we all have the same question. Why is this happening under y'all watch? If y'all say y'all for successful black men and protecting them, then why is this happening? You understand? And at the same time, why was the pops lying about not knowing who got something to do with Takeoff untimely demise? He knew the whole time it was Lil Cam Fifth. Again, that's the reason why in that statement he put out on social media. He said, don't stand behind me. Why would you say that if you didn't know that it was a mob figure? You understand? How you gonna say that if you did not know it was somebody affiliated to your son's camp? So at the same time, I'll let y'all know last video, Boosie, hey man, he told J Prince Jr. and Jazz, hey man, let the people know that it was somebody that was affiliated to y'all that had something to do with Duke, man. So once they know that, they can automatically put it together that, hey, y'all was the same dudes who was in the room when Takeoff was sent up as well, man. Before we get into it, let's pay our respects and say rest in peace to Takeoff, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in the ATL. Same thing goes for Chicago's own Duke the Jeweler. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in Chicago. I told y'all before, man, even the Prince brothers know this, and they pops know this. Hey man, the GDs, they needed to have a conversation with those guys based on what happened to Duke, man. Cause I told y'all, man, Boosie already put it out there. He had nothing to do with it. You understand? So based on that, they already had a conversation with Boosie. Boosie already took a flight out to Chicago. That's when I told y'all that one of his concert was canceled in Chicago based on some folks out there in the city thought that he had something to do with Duke's untimely demise. But again, now the people starting to see the real story is starting to unfold. You understand? Because again, like I told y'all before, man, them dudes over there in the MobTies camp, they do whatever they feel, man. They don't be listening to Jazz or J Prince Jr. But again, this video is based on the feds had to come question Jazz Prince to see what he know about the whole Takeoff situation, man, to understand what actually happened. And not only that, man, and at the same time, they want to know the real, what's going on behind his pops. If y'all ain't familiar, the feds, they had been on J Prince and his associates for about the past 30-35 years, you understand? Even before Rap-A-Lot, Bad Boys, and The Row was gonna join together.
I know y'all peep the Yellow Jacket dude, Lil Kim ran out of the bowling alley like right before J Prince Jr. walked in. Y'all know that. Migo Bands only turned around because that other dude hit him. You feel me? As soon as Migo instantly heard the first one, he instantly tried to turn around. Dude hit him. Once dude hit him, he instantly started trying to instantly target dude. He instantly started aim for Buddy. Dude feet moved before Migo Bands. The eyewitness said that the dudes that came out of the bowling alley, MobTies, you gotta understand, them was the ones who started blowing at the back of Takeoff and sent them up. Like at the end of the day, this is an act of senseless violence, man. It was some dude coming up out of the bowling alley with dreads. And it was a dude with a bucket hat standing over there. Y'all really gotta pay attention to that, because the people who was coming out the bowling alley is the people who real life hit up Takeoff and set them up. The girl who had on the outfit for the Halloween party that J Prince Jr. threw for Quavo, y'all gotta really understand this one thing. She tapped the dude with the Chucky. You feel me? She tapped the dude with the Chucky dog. You feel me? He instantly started blowing through the Chucky dog. That's when you heard the muffled shot. That's when everybody started running over. He linked his leg over. Once he linked his leg over, you saw how she instantly stepped back and she instantly started fumbling with the phone. This why I always tell y'all, like, y'all gotta pay close attention, man. This sad, man. RP Takeoff, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that it's a lot of people who need to understand that this is a revolving door, and we need to like wake up at a certain point. When you really pay attention to this, you really wake up and be like, you know what? I ain't going outside. I ain't hanging with them today. I ain't finna slide over there today. I ain't finna get into nothing today with them. I don't trust them. They been in too much stuff, especially when they was with Boosie.
They have been watching you then. They have been watching you based on whoever you know out there in the city of Houston, and you still make a terminology like MobTies. Come on, man. That don't even seem right. And a lot of people believe that's the reason why his sons is moving the way they are. Because it's almost like they pops is validating them whatever conversations he was having with Mr. Larry Hoover. Again, I told y'all that Wack 100 felt that Jay Prince was using the Hoover family based on trying to stuff his own pockets with cash, you understand? And at the same time, I told y'all Charleston White, another cat who was from Texas, to speak on Jay Prince MobTies and say, hey man, they only known out there in Houston. They not making no moves all over the state of Texas like y'all think they are. They not. I'm telling y'all, man. I got some folks in the comments from Dallas, some folks in the comments from Fort Worth, some folks in the comments from different parts of Texas who feel the same way. Like, nah, man, the MobTies, they only known in a certain part of Houston and really not all over Houston like that. You understand? But like I said, man, this video is based on if Jazz gonna speak, man. Because like I said, Jazz, he's not the same like his brother, Jay Prince Jr. And with that being said, hey, we don't know if Jay Prince Jr. might say a few words. We do know that Boosie told him, hey, tell Lil Cam Fifth to step forward and let them people know that he has something to do with Duke. Because once they know he has something to do with Duke, they can also discover that what actually happened to Takeoff. That y'all got to do over there in y'all camp that's itching to up the blicky, man. And again, on another brother. Because this could have all been properly diffused if dudes was thinking maturely. I told y'all before, man, when it's a lot of money in a room, egos get in the way. One person want to seem bigger than the other, and at the same time, that's what I was told. I was told that Jay Prince Jr., because it was in the city that he was from, he was moving a certain way. He was talking to Quavo like Quavo was a little dude. So Quavo had to check him, like, hey man, you got to stand down on the way you talking to me, fam, before I had to do something to somebody. Hey man, that's when everybody know somebody from Jay Prince Jr. camp up the blicky, you understand, went for Takeoff. That's when Migos Bands, he felt it was in his interest to protect Takeoff and Quavo, but he was just a little too late. But at the same time, he still felt like, hey man, I gotta do what's ever necessary. That's the whole reason why after y'all heard the first shot that got Takeoff, the other ones came from Migos Bands, man. Cause like I told y'all, man, he was trying to clear the room. But also at the same time, like a lot of y'all, I wish that none of this would have happened. I wish that guys would have been more mature and not so ego driven. You know what I'm saying? Diffuse the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to understand this, especially as black people, because we so quick tempered, and that's real talk. We have to diffuse the situation so we can go home to our families, man. If you don't, then hey man, your homeboy, he better get away from you, because you got the mentality that you have nothing to lose. And when anytime you dealing with a man that got nothing to lose, he's the worst type of dude to hang around. I'm telling y'all, man, real talk. So again, that's what I believe will happen. I believe that it was somebody in that building that was associated to the Jay Prince Jr. MobTies affiliates who felt like, hey man, I got nothing to lose anyway. And again, at the same time, a lot of people feel this same cat is connected to Duke the Jeweler untimely demise. Again, where's the bag of jewelry? Boosie already put it out there. Him and his guys got nothing to do with it. But at the same time, now we seeing, yeah, it's true. Now it goes to Jay Prince Jr. and Jazz. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this video based on, hey man, they're questioning Jazz right now to see what he know about what happened to Takeoff, Duke the Jeweler, and to see what they pops got up their sleeve, you understand? Because like I told y'all before, man, them people, them alphabet boys, they have been on Jay Prince and his affiliates for about the past 30 years. So to me, even when he came out and made MobTies, I'm like, why would you do that when them people been knowing you for the past 30, 35 years, man? Y'all got to understand, Jay Prince, he was around, they tagged Larry Hoover visiting passes with hearing devices, you understand? And that's around the same time that Jay Prince was going up there to visit Larry Hoover. So what I'm saying is, dealing with all that, right? Knowing that them people been watching you when you was going to go see Mr. Larry Hoover, and when you was making your moves to try to put the role, Bad Boys, and Rap a Lot together.
And you see Takeoff walking forward, and you see Cam right on the side. You feel me? This goes to show who was Migos Bands instantly watching he was watching one of them that was behind Takeoff. I just hope that when they do knock on their door, and when I say they, I mean the feds, when they do knock on J Prince and the whole MobTies, bust all the traps down, everything, they gonna be mad because they didn't think that it was gonna catch up to them. Y'all gotta understand, it's gonna take at least 3 to 4 years before they even run up on them and even investigate half the stuff like that's coming out, because they got to look through all the videos, they got to look through all the footage, and y'all got to really pay attention. The people that worked there, they wasn't involved in it, so that goes to show they gonna be quick to give it up. Like, at the end of the day, we know this, man.